Good morning. Welcome to the Woodward Fire press briefing. Today is Thursday, September 3rd. My name is Mary Rasmussen, and I'm an Information Officer with Northern Rockies Team 2. Today we have Brandon Chikowski, who is going to talk about the operations and activities and conditions on the fire and the fire line. We have Jeremy Michael, our incident meteorologist, who will talk about the weather today and throughout the weekend. And we have Sergeant Brenton Schneider, and we also have Fire Chief Jason Weber. I'll turn it over to Brandon.
Once again, good morning, everybody. We'll walk here around the map again, just for folks that are maybe just tuning in and kind of want to know some local landmarks and where the fire sits in relation to that. Once again, kind of always starting here on the west side, the area here of Coast Camp Creek. The major roads coming down in is Limatour Road. Limatour Road runs up and also comes along the north side of our fire. And we have the areas of Fox Drive, Silver Hills. Okay, we have Drake's, and moving up a little bit further as we get towards the Inverness and the communities up in this direction. Point Reyes Station. Come around down here to the Bear Valley Visitor Center. Of course, Highway 1. And the other part of the fire canyon to the east, one of our main control lines, is the Bear Valley Trail. Actions going on. One of the actions we're doing the most of on the incident right down is we're doing a lot of mop-up. What mop-up means is the folks on the ground are assessing, finding where the heat is at, and the use of water and hand tools. They basically go in and they extinguish the fire in that certain zone where the chance of the fire wanting to move or escape and get into trees and spot out, and or where it wants to creep around in real close proximity to our control line. So, it's a lot of good hard work by folks on the ground with the use of water and hand tools mainly to extinguish that. No different than a campfire. Down here, a lot of that going on in Zulu with a lot of water flowing down from the top. Made mention here at the top of Charlie the other day, we're having water tenders come up, and they fill a large hose lay that goes all the way down this hand line and dozer line from Charlie through Zulu. So still mopping up, things are looking really good. They only found a few small duffers there within about 100 feet or so of the line. And things are looking good. We feel really happy with that progress. So we move up into the area up here of the Z Trail, Sky Trail, and where our dozer line took off and down part of Horse Trail. And as the dozer line came down into Limatour Road, we continued to do work on some cleanup with some firing operations along that. And that is fire that we're actively putting on the ground to eliminate the fuels against our control line, and it's for the now and for the future, okay? Because we do know that this will be here for a little bit yet, where season-ending rains aren't predicted right away, so we need to decrease those fuels, and one of the best ways for us to do that is just to go ahead and burn them while we have a lot of people on the line. The fire here along Limatour Road continues to hold day and night. Night shift didn't have no issues, no concerns last night out there, which is good for everybody, especially day shift doesn't have to worry about anything either. But that fire in Limatour Road is some fire that we did put on the ground and that we have resources on day and night there. We come back around here, the visitor center area. A lot of this is looking very, very good. The folks, once again, doing a lot of mop-up. Some professional followers in there doing some hazard tree removal to make it safe for folks to get in there and to do the job and make the line secure for the current and predicted weather. As we move down into continue down the Bear Valley Trail, one of the areas that we do a lot of hazard tree removal and mop-up down here just below the division break area here Did quite a bit in there yesterday. The large area there with a lot of bay trees in there that we're having to deal with to get the depth of mop-up that we want on our control line. They were able to finish up, get the burning done here on this Baldy Trail piece. So that's looking good and really securing some of our lines there. So overall, things on the fire are looking really good. And that's it for the update today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Jeremy Michael, Incident Meteorologist. So the main things that we're messaging over the next few days, especially as we go into this weekend and early next week, is one, we had that wind shift where we've been dealing with these anomalous or out of the ordinary southwest to west winds, and we went back to that more typical pattern that we see where we're getting northwest winds. So for a while, this fire hasn't seen that, so that's one of the main things that we're messaging. The second thing is we've been pretty soupy and socked in the past couple of days, not breaking out till way late in the afternoon. And we're going to start to have these transition days. You've probably seen a lot of stuff on the news from your local weather forecast offices in Monterey or Eureka, depending on where you live. And they're messaging this very hot to extreme heat. Now, I want to say that if you're far inland, you're certainly going to be well over 100 degrees in some places, but that's far inland. A little bit closer to our fire, it's not going to be out of the question to where Alima, Bear Valley, you could get temperatures in the low to mid 80s, maybe a little bit warmer, depending how everything sets up as we go forward. And looking at and making some comparisons to the last heat wave that hit this area in August 15th, so not too far away. Temperatures were in the 70s to near 80 at the coast. That's certainly possible again, with temperatures well into the 80s again just inland. So the main concerns with the weather is as we go forward, as that marine layer becomes squashed or completely erodes out by Sunday, Monday, potentially as early as Saturday. That's earlier erosion, that's more sun on the fire, that's warmer temperatures, drier relative humidity, even at nighttime with those gusty winds. So that's the main message going forward. And, you know, personally, if you are one of those people watching inland, you know, definitely pay attention to those excessive heat warnings and everything that you're hearing from the local media and the National Weather Service office, because we've been in a little bit somewhat cooler pattern, and that heat can really sneak up on you. So take care of yourself, and really appreciate all the thank you signs and the continued support from the communities. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Brendan Schneider from the Sheriff's Office. So yesterday evening, we released quite a number of the evacuation warnings that were in effect. The evacuation warnings that were lifted included the communities of Inverness, Drakes View, Sea Haven, and also Alima. The Alima lift also includes basically everything south of Alima and Sir Francis Drake, all the way down to Five Brooks, so none of this is under warning anymore. We still have the current order in place for Silver Hills, Fox Drive, and Norrin Way. Inverness Park is still under a warning. And there's a section down here that is also under warning that includes the Bear Valley Visitor Center and the National Park Service headquarters. I want to assure everyone that we are in discussions about when to release the order over Silver Hills that will most likely be reduced to a warning. When that takes place, we don't have an exact date yet, but those discussions are taking place today, and we hope to have an update for you in the coming days. Today, tomorrow, we're not sure when, but we want to assure you that we are having those discussions. There's been some questions about when the Silver Hills, Fox Drive, and Norrin Way order is lifted, back to a warning, and residents can return home if there will be a check-in process. There will not be a check-in process. However, I can assure you that law enforcement will be in the area, in addition to the Highway Patrol, who's manning the Bear Valley road closure. So again, to reiterate, Alima proper is no longer under a warning. The only areas under a warning are Inverness Park, the area around the Bear Valley Visitor Center and National Park Service headquarters, and then Silver Hills, Fox Drive, and Norrin Way remain under an order. Like I said, we're having those conversations. We hope to give you an update soon. We want to get you back into your homes as soon as possible when it's safe to do so. In addition to that, Jeremy mentioned the warm weather that's coming up this weekend. While it's very popular for visitors to flock to the coast, we're asking that you stay away from the coast this weekend, especially in the Marin coast. And the reason for that is that we still have a multitude of resources that are traveling to and from the fire. They're using roads around Bear Valley, Limontor, Sir Francis Drake, Highway 1 to access the fire, and we don't want to hinder that in any way. We know that it's nice weather that's coming up, but we ask that you stay away from the coast this weekend and allow our fire resources to get this fire contained. Thank you.
Good morning, Jason Weber, Marin County Fire Chief. Brendan, Jeremy, Brendan, thank you for the updates. I think that we heard from Brandon operationally, things are starting to look really good. That's encouraging and great news. We should all be excited about that. Our priority remains in this area on the northeast corner around that Silver Hills. That's where our focus is. We're going to make sure that's safe so we can try to get folks back into their homes. That's our goal. I'd be remiss if I did not thank every firefighter that's been out here to get us to this point, the incident management team that's been working with us hand in hand, our law enforcement partners. This has been a team effort. I also want to thank our community. This has been stressful. It continues to be a bit smoky. It's better than it has been, but there's a lot of folks out there that are at home with kids, like my wife, 4 kids at home, with all of us here doing this. And, the community in general needs a big thank you. Thank you for the continued support we've had and for watching after everything, why, 500 plus people are here managing and working on this incident. As mentioned, our priority remains to get this buttoned up, get evacuees back into their houses, return to some sense of normalcy. This fire is going to be with us for a while, though, and that's important to remember. We've got several weeks ahead of us, a lot of work to be done to get the park back to where it needs to be. I want to remind folks the park is closed, and as Brandon Sergeant Schneider said, it's important that you stay away from the coast. Let us get this work done so we don't drag this out. Please don't come to the coast. There's just no room for you this weekend. And again, thank you for the time, and I'll turn it back over to Mary.
All right, thank you. I just wanted to extend on behalf of the firefighters the appreciation to everybody out there. I know a lot of them are commenting, and I myself have never seen so many wonderful thank you firefighter signs out there. It's really important for them to see that when they're driving around out there. Just a couple of reminders. We've got a couple of excellent videos on our Facebook site and IncyWeb that show you what a burnout operation looks like out there, and also the use of the drone for helping to ignite some of the burnout operations. Also, we've had a lot of questions about some of the firefighting terminology we're using, and also there is a link on Facebook that I'll take you to a glossary of firefighting terminology. I'll just end with some of the fire statistics for today. We are now at 4,626 acres. We're at 57% containment. We're under the 500 number for the number of personnel. We're at 486. And as Brenton and Chief Weber have mentioned, we still have a lot of resources out on the line. So there'll be a lot of our firefighters on the road. We have 11 crews, 37 fire engines, and we still have 4 helicopters, 1 bulldozer, one masticator, and 5 water tenders that are assisting with this operation. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again tomorrow.